I hope you guys are doing well. Matt and I had a date night last night. Well, it was like a work function for Matt that we use as a date night. So that works. Whatever. But we didn't get home until like 10, which is like really late for us. And then, by the time you get home, and I had to pump, and then we had to go to bed. And it was in bed by like 11, which is still really late for us. So I'm tired today. But how's everybody doing? Are you guys getting good results so far for March? I mean, it's the 5th, so we still have lots of time. I always take like a week. Like I have the conversations going, it takes like a week to really like close the sale and really build those connections and then move into getting Success Club points on the board. And it's so funny, as I look at our volume as a team, this is the week where our volume is consistently the lowest, which is okay. It's always the highest. It kind of goes with how our coach training goes too, because the first 2 weeks is all building confidence, building social media presence. And then the latter week and a half is that's when they get their Success Club points. That's whenever they start adding volume to our team. So, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about today, the leadership ladder and team volume and looking at it so you can know how to kind of emulate it to your team. So whenever you explain it to them, you have a better understanding of it yourself. So I know Liesl is doing her team call today on the leadership ladder. And I did a team call back in June, I want to say, on the leadership ladder. And it's on my YouTube channel. And it's in our team call files. So you can always go back and listen to that recording of the leadership ladder. And the leadership ladder is a fantastic way to really benchmark yourself. Just like Success Club tells us if we're consistently moving our business forward month to month, the leadership ladder allows you to see consistent growth over time. So the leadership ladder wasn't around when I started it. It came in about a year ago, like last January is when it came in. And as somebody who took it upon myself to research things like volume, what it meant to have a certain rank, it was like, finally, thank goodness, I have something now to benchmark some things off of, to know that I'm doing things right. I have always been a leader where I've wanted to build a stable organization. I am rank driven, of course. I think we all are to a certain degree, but I want stable ranks. I want diamonds who aren't going to drop. I want people who I don't have to worry about checking their downline because you guys are going to do it. I'm obviously still checking because I want you're learning, you're making sure everything's kosher. But my 5-star qualification at the last 6 weeks of 2015, gosh, that was stressful because I had a couple really shaky diamonds as part of my 5, and it was stressful. And I really attest my slow start to 2016 of the 6 weeks of damage control, instead of not worrying about my diamonds and running my business and continuing to move forward. So I really, really contribute my stress at the beginning of 2016 to my management and damage control at the latter half of 2015. So I don't want you guys to have to do that. I don't want you to have to go through a qualification stressful. It's stressful enough in itself because you're like, oh my goodness, what if these diamonds drop and then I have to start this 6 weeks all over again? So it has already a stress factor to it, and you don't need it to be more than what it needs to be. So I wanted to really, talk to you guys today about the leadership ladder from a perspective of a leader, of a new leader, of people who are coming to you saying, what do I do? What goals do I set? Because if you have coaches who are in this to run, they're going to come to you asking those questions. Or on a one-on-one call, you're going to be prompting those questions to them to get those thoughts into their head. So I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware how that leadership ladder looks now from a leadership perspective, not just as somebody who's looking at it for the very first time. So I want to pull up a screenshot of it. Let me just locate it on my computer really quickly. And I think it's really important to note too, as you go through the leadership ladder and you're looking at your growth in this business, it's very difficult. I don't want you to look week to week for growth, because you're not going to see it that much. You're going to see growth month to month and year to year. Okay. Like I am seeing growth, like in comparison to my volume from this time last year to now, it's like tripled or quadrupled at least, just team wide. In comparison to even 6 months ago, it's much bigger. Once you start in this business from month to month, year to year, you can really see your growth. So I don't want you to measure your growth week to week, because if I were to do that this week, I'd be like, oh, we are not doing as well as we were last week. And it's just because of where our coaches are at in their coach training, where we're at in the conversations for the month with our potential challengers. And you can't compare week to week. You may have a slower week, but in comparison to last month total, you have to look at 4-week chunks at a time to really see the growth in the business. So like I remember Matt and I did some stuff because he was bored over Christmas break when he was home for 15 days. And he like pulled up some graphs on Excel and he typed in my income from like July when I started to July last year. It grew like 200%. And he was like, what did you do in July? I was like, I was 6 months pregnant, which pregnancy for me was a huge boost in my business. And he said, what else did you? I said, well, it was Summit. And I shared Summit and everybody wanted to be a part of Summit. And there was a huge push at the beginning because I was like, I will hit Success Club before Summit. And in order to get into a certain party at Summit, you needed so many Success Club points on the board. And I wanted in that party. So your business reflects your work ethic 100%. And even if you can't see that work week to week, you'll see that in the long term, month to month and year to year, 100%. So I want to share with you guys, I mean, you've all seen the leadership ladder. You've watched the things in your back office. You know what the leadership ladder is. But I want to kind of talk to you about it and how you bring this up to your team. Now, this, if you click in your back office on your leadership ladder where your Success Club points are, it's going to bring up and explain to you what all this stuff is. This is just a screenshot from there. And when you look at the leadership ladder, a lot of your team is going to fall in the business starter and in the team builder category. If they just started as a brand new coach, they are most likely in the business starter area. Now, if they're doing their vital behaviors, if they're hitting Success Club, if they sign up to Discount Coaches a month, they will move to team builder rapidly. Within their first month, they should be a team builder. What's wonderful about the leadership ladder is if you don't hit Success Club, you don't qualify for anything on the leadership ladder. So if you miss a month of Success Club, like if you have your $250 a month Success or Emerald and 2 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point on the board, and you have your 200 team volume on your weak leg, but you didn't hit Success Club, you are nothing on the leadership ladder. You have no qualifications. And I think it's really important as a team to understand this concept and as leaders to understand this concept, because I guarantee that corporate is going to start making, to qualify for this bonus, to qualify for this event, you have to be at this rung on the leadership ladder. So we don't want to be a team that is like, well, we haven't even paid attention to the leadership ladder. We want to be able to understand it 100% so that we can have good representation at events, and so we understand how things work, because this is a huge component to our business. And the statistics on this are staggering. I mean, there's an old national wake-up call from Michael Neiman and Jeff Hill on nothing but the leadership ladder. And they gave these ridiculous statistics on, like, they didn't just pull these figures out of thin air. They actually looked at the top leaders in the organization and where they were at these different points in their business, what their volume looked like, what their commissions looked like, and that's how they got these different rungs, benchmarks. And they did a figure, it was like diamonds who were just diamond but not a team leader weren't diamond 3 months later. But the diamonds who were in that team leader category, who hit all those milestones, had rank advance to star diamond and above, or maintain their diamond rank 6 months later. So this works. This gives you that stability. It gives you the depth in your organization because it says that you're building a team. Because, like, let's just look at that team leader rank, because I know many of you are shooting for that team leader rank. Liesel just made team leader last month, which is awesome. Um, and all those leadership ladder things just showed up in your back office. So you should be able to see where you were last month and where you need to improve on. Now, for many of you, for me, it took me a long time to get my weak leg volume up, to get to that 5,000 team volume on my weak leg. And that really, really is hard to do unless you have working coaches. So those really shaky diamonds who get there by building their husband and their mom to diamond, but they don't have any working coaches, those are the diamonds who are stuck at team builder or business starter as a diamond coach. Because diamond coaches, technically, you're supposed to have working coaches, right? Working in your downline as a diamond coach. So to hit that team leader mark, it's really beneficial to have working coaches opposite of your strong leg. And remember, that strong leg is, you guys, all of you have pretty good upline support. So you should be able to tell pretty quickly what your weak and strong leg is. Your strong leg, when you look at it, that's the leg that your upline contributes to. So any coach that they sign up, or any coach that they sign up. So like, for example, Amanda, you are on my left leg, and any coach who's above you in my leadership ladder, so I'm trying to think, like Lindsay Bolin is above you in my downline. Any coach that she signs up, or any of her coaches that sign up, they show up in your volume because they're placed under you in the downline. So like Heather and Lindsay Maloney, you guys have Liesel's upline support because she's above both of you in the downline. So any coach that Liesel signs up on her right leg, Heather benefits from the volume from. Lindsay, anybody who Liesel signs up on her left leg, because you are on her left leg, you benefit from. And any working coach on her left leg who signs up somebody who's underneath of you in that drill down, you benefit from their volume. So you guys should be able to tell really quickly which one is your weak leg and strong leg. And we want to get those numbers even, because if they're even, or if one is double from the other, you're going to cycle bonus more. And your cycle bonuses, maybe not right now in your business, but they will be the huge income driver in your business. There's a reason why at at a diamond rank, you can earn up to $1,000 per week just on cycle bonuses. Because if you are a solid diamond with working coaches adding volume to your team, and you have good upline support with a strong and weak leg, you can easily make that much money a week as a diamond coach at $18 a cycle. So volume, if you understand it, is a huge income driver in your business. It is not just about placing coaches left, right, left, right, left, right. And that's how we teach our new coaches, right? Absolutely. We want to solidify that emerald rank for them 100% so that they don't rank drop within their first month, their first 2 months. You should never rank drop from emerald, ever. All right. That's just my personal opinion. You should never rank drop from emerald. Or diamond for that matter, because if you've built a solid diamond, you shouldn't even have to worry about it. When you get to the diamond rank, your job is to be an emerald factory. Sign up working coaches, get them to emerald, and then help them get working coaches underneath of them. How do they do that? Success Club, over and over and over again, over time. So sorry, little tangent there. But let's look back at our weak leg volume. Make sure you understand that once you hit your diamond rank, the only rank that you need to have your even is diamond. As long as you maintain 4 and 4 active coaches, you are good to go to maintain your rank from here on out. If you drop below that, you're going to drop the whole way back down to emerald or ruby, even if you're a 5-star. Okay, I've heard of 5-star coaches, 10-star coaches who they build for volume. So their one leg has a whole bunch more discount coaches on it than the other. But if one of those discount coaches quit on that other side, they drop rank like that because they don't have the correct number of active coaches. So I really encourage you to go to your policies and procedures, which you can access in your back office at the bottom of any page, and look up how many active coaches are required for your rank. I am pretty certain that diamond coaches just need those 4 and 4, and that is for every rank from there on out. So what does that mean? You can stack your weak leg full of active coaches to build that volume. Now, here is my strategy. I place working coaches for rank, okay? Because when you do need for 2-star, 4-star, they need to be even, those diamonds, 2 and 2, 1 and 1. I sat at 3-star technically for about 3 months, but all of my diamonds were on the same leg. So I was technically a 1-star because I didn't have a diamond on my opposite leg. So when you are building your business, make sure you understand where you need to have those people. So actually, I'm going to see if I can pull up the policies and procedures to show you guys. For me, your next big milestone, guys, once you hit diamond, should be 2-star. Because 2-star is when you start to get noticed by corporate. And there we go, okay. And when you get noticed by corporate, that means you have corporate mentorship. You are invited to different corporate Facebook pages, and that allows you to just get a different perspective on how to run the business. And let's go. Okay, so if you're in your back office, if you go down here to policies and procedures at the end of every single page, this is all of like our rules and regulations as coaches. And you can go through, and one of the very last pages is ranks and how we rank advance. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing. I'll be able to find it really quickly. And if you scroll here, they have graphical pictures of what the different ranks are. It just may take a second to locate them. One of my potential coaches asked for this. And I knew she wasn't going to coach on our team. And I sent it to her, and she was like totally overwhelmed. It's like, well, that's what you wanted. So anyway, okay. I don't recommend sending this to somebody. just a foresight. Okay, so as you go through here, the only rank, make sure you see how they have to fall. So as you go through each rank, 2-star, you need a 1 personally sponsored diamond on each side, but you only need a minimum of 12 personally sponsored active coaches. Those 12 personally sponsored active coaches, while in this picture may be represented evenly, they don't have to be, okay? They just made them visually appealing. They can be staggered. They will tell you on each leg if it's necessary for each leg, just like they did here, a total of 1 personally sponsored diamond on each leg, okay? Now, for your diamond rank, let me go up just a little bit here. You do need on each leg, you do need those 4 and 4 for your active diamond rank. When you start to get up into the star diamonds, your active coaches don't need to be even. So for 5-star, you need 20 personally sponsored coaches, but you could have 4 on your weak leg and 16 on your, or 4 on your strong leg and 16 on your weak leg. Now, as you guys get to be a very solid diamond, solid things going around, make sure that you are signing people up as customers, because I sign people up as customers because then if they say, I want to work the business, I build my working coaches for rank because I want them to be set up for the next star diamond if they get to the point of diamond in their business. So for example, when I signed up Kristen and Becca last month, they were both customers prior to, and I signed them up as working coaches. I placed them for rank driven in my business because they came in with big goals. Does it always work out? Do they always end up running with the business? No. But if they tell me they're going to work the business and I have a clear vision of how I want my rank to look, but in 6 months to a year's end, then I'm going to place them accordingly to build my own rank. That's what I've always done, and that has helped me tremendously. I would hate for you guys at this point, you should only be signing up discount coaches every once in a while, or if somebody chooses it right off the get-go. I want you guys all signing up customers unless your rank is in jeopardy to maintain. Because if you guys get somebody who wants to work the business, Amanda's like, well, thank goodness, because I have like 4 emeralds on one side, because that's just happened to how they worked out with signing up as discount coaches. Sign them up as customers so that you can choose where you place them for your own rank security and your next rank advancement. Okay? So the big thing that I want you to take away from this, make sure when you're looking at that leadership ladder, you see where you need to improve on. And I can guarantee that if you hit Success Club, and if you talk about not rank advancements, if you are understanding volume and where you need to be placing discount coaches to build that weak leg volume, the other things will naturally happen. Rank, coaches hitting Success Club, and your income will naturally happen. If you focus on Success Club, teaching your coaches how to hit Success Club, and stacking your weak leg with discount coaches, you will have success, okay? A great way to build that weak leg volume again is if your spouse is on your weak leg. Anytime I purchase a product, I put it through whichever leg needs the volume. Okay, so for example, my weak leg has, well, I don't have a weak or strong leg. Matt is on one of my legs. My second business center is on the opposite of him. So whenever I need to purchase something, like I'll probably end up buying 22-minute hardcore because I have a couple challengers who want it and I want to be able to speak from experience with it. When I purchase that program, I will look at my two legs and say, which leg this week needs more volume? And that's what the area I will purchase it in. So if your spouse is on your weak leg, use that to your advantage. So I always end up purchasing whatever products I need, prizes for your team. When you buy a Fixate cookbook for your challengers, purchase that through not your business center, your spouse's. Because either way, that's going to drive your income and allow you to cycle bonus more. Because you benefit from that in your first business center because it builds to your team volume, which allows you to cycle bonus as their upline. So anytime you have any purchase that allows you to get PV, purchase it through your spouse's business center. Does that make sense? It allows you. Now, the one thing with if you purchase a program through your spouse's business center and you're not paying for on-demand for them and you use on-demand regularly, the program won't show up there. For me, Matt receives leads. I don't mind using that business investment for his business center. So that's not a bone of contention, so you will, for me. But I want you to be aware of that as you are looking at that stuff. So did this kind of help you guys see it? I know we've talked about it before, but it takes lots of times hearing it for it to really like sink in. And every time you hear it, you hear something different. And I don't know if you guys were able to listen to the recording of Melanie's Coffee and Conversation from Wednesday, but it was all about balance and having balance in your business. And I just want to reiterate what she said as far as, making sure you have your business hours and making sure you have time to unplug and making sure that you have time with your family, because you get to 15 star diamond or you get to whatever goal you're at, but your family, you don't even know them. You don't have any time with them. Like, did you really achieve your goal? So you don't want to look like you have it all together on social media, but then your life is in shambles because you devoted so much time to this, you forgot what was really important. So I just want to reiterate the balance that Melanie, focused on the Wednesday call, and just making sure you're making time. I mean, perfect case in point, I have a referral that was sent to me from one of my challengers, and she sent me messages, and she's a small business owner in whatever town she lives in. I think she lives in the South somewhere. And she sent me messages like yesterday afternoon, and I didn't respond to messages yesterday afternoon. Matt and I had date night, and I was with my family. Oh, yeah, it's Friday night. Sorry. Not many people are very active on social media on Friday night. So I get a message at 5:30 this morning from her as I'm nursing Harrison going, "Did you miss my messages yesterday?" Now, this woman has no balance in her life as a business owner because she is go, go, go constantly. Make sure you have balance in your life. And her message will sit there until I'm ready to respond to messages, until I am ready to sit there and, so I can have the patience to respond to her as well. But make sure you're giving yourself boundaries and balance. And if that person is really interested in a challenge pack, they will still be interested in 2 hours when your business hours start. Don't feel like you need to message people back instantaneously all the time. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me about the leadership ladder, about what we covered today? I think it's really pertinent that you are aware of the rank that you're shooting for this year, because I think you guys are all shooting Premier Elite. I would say everybody should have Elite on their radar right now because it's too early to say otherwise. So have Elite on your radar. And next week, after we all receive our, what is it called? Elite report, we will talk about the categories again one more time, because Lindsay, Amanda, you're newer diamonds and you need to understand those categories. And Lisa and Heather, you guys need to understand how you can make them better and how you can improve them. And the more you hear it, the easier it gets to understand it. Do you guys have any questions for me at all about leadership ladder stuff or anything? That's okay.
That's okay. I'm a little bit nervous to talk to my team about it today. Like, I have so many brand new coaches that I'm just afraid to overwhelm. So I don't know. Any tips there?
Well, I mean, I know whenever I said it, I think Lisa, you were on that call as a pretty new coach listening to me talk about the leadership ladder. And don't be afraid to tell them, like, don't feel like you're going to be at the team leader rank instantaneously. Like, speak from experience. Like, how many months have you been working for that team leader rank or that team leader benchmark? A long time, right? And start off by saying, in this business, you're not going to see growth from week to week. It's really a month to month, year to year thing. And tell them, like, that's why this leadership ladder is updated monthly, not weekly.
Okay.
And I, like, whenever I explain it to my team, I didn't even talk about team leader too much.
Right.
Or,
right.
you know,
I should just really like hone in on those first rank, this first
and
year.
Understanding what each of the categories means.
Okay.
That's really what I would do too. Understanding what the categories mean. And if they focus on Success Club, every other category is going to fall into place.
Yeah.
It really, really will. I wanted to, I think I have the graphic on my phone. I'll post it in our group. It's of the Success Club culture. Bonnie Engel shared it at Leadership. And it's like, you hit Success Club, you teach your coaches to hit Success Club, and it just goes over and over. It's the circle. So I'll post that on our Diamonds page. It's on my phone somewhere. But the leadership ladder allows you to be solid. It allows you to be a steady diamond. We don't want house of cards that at the second something comes up, you're shaky and you're done. So you can be a house of cards diamond if you're a really strong recruiter. But if you're somebody who isn't a strong recruiter, or if you have a coach who's only hitting Success Club 5 every single month, which there's nothing wrong with that, they're not going to be able to maintain a diamond whenever they build 2 people to emerald. It's not going to last forever because their warm market is going to start to dry up and they're not going to be able to maintain it. So that's why it's important that everybody's driven by helping people and intrinsic, and they're not driven by money, because money people are, I'm going to build this person to emerald, this person to emerald, then I'm going to build this person to diamond and this person to diamond. And that's very, very hard. There's a reason why you don't get your second business center until you are a 2-star diamond. You don't get your second business center as an emerald, okay? Because it's hard to maintain multiple business centers. And that's why you have that first business center that you need to maintain. And I'm going to speak from experience here for a little bit. As for me, I regret building Matt to diamond. For those of you who have spouses signed up underneath of you, I build them to emerald. Absolutely. That's easy, because if you have people who are, I only want to be the discount, and they're only ever going to be a discount coach, definitely keep your husband at emerald. For me personally, I have working coaches underneath of Matt who would count in my elite report numbers that I wish were under me. So I regret building Matt to diamond. Now, obviously, it works because I'm able now to get my 5-star back instantly, even if Matt's not one of those diamonds. But I regret doing that because I'm losing working coaches to him. Like, I think I have 4 working coaches that could be working coaches in my business center, not his. Because guess who doesn't get recognized at events for Matt's accomplishments? Me. Matt gets recognized at events. So that's just something to consider. And that's just how I was taught from our team how to do things. And I can give you all the options that if you want to build your spouse to diamond, absolutely go for it. Just know you're going to be missing out on all the working coaches over there who, in your elite numbers, as they hit Success Club, you don't get anything from that for your elite report. And then also, it kind of like you get the volume and everything from them. But I mean, for me, I wish those working coaches were in my downline, not Matt's. So that's just my thing. Now, another thing with that, like Danielle Tucker, she's a diamond on Legacy, a 1-star diamond. One of her coaches just went diamond, but it's under her husband. So her husband is now sitting at an emerald rank with a diamond coach underneath of him. And she's like, I wish she was in my downline. And she's not. So that's just something for food for thought for you guys as you go through. You're welcome to build your business in any way, shape, or form, but I will always tell you both sides of it and the benefits and the not so great things about it. Do you guys have any questions? Heather, I love how Coach Basics is going for you guys with the personal development podcast. Do you guys notice a difference already for your new coaches? Good. Good. Lisa and I Back to Basics group, the people who are, like I said, who want it are doing great, and the people who are pains in the butts are still pains in the butts. So it is what it is at that point. Do you guys have anything else that you want to touch on? Do you have any questions about anything?
I have a question. I think that's what I meant to ask one of the two of you. The Back to Basics, is that when you had the video and you said who went in, is that the Back to Basics you guys started? Because Chelsea had mentioned that she wanted to be in it, but I think she missed it maybe because she said I went in, but she's like, when does that group start? So I think maybe she missed it.
You can come back in. This whole week has just been like getting to know you and everything. Okay. You can hop in now.
Okay, how does she do that?
Lisa, can you just add her in? Yeah, Lisa.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. This whole week is just kind of like we've been posting like what workout are you doing? Like personal development selfie. Like it's all just prep stuff.
Okay. I didn't invite Jillian or Chelsea because I thought they had a hang of things.
They totally do, but
I didn't invite some of my new coaches either that I thought were like, had a good feel on everything.
Chelsea needs it because she asks me the same questions 50 times a day.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
You know what? Like Lindsay, like I think it's good that Chelsea will be in there with Lisa and I as the leaders because we won't be afraid to be like, you need to go look at the FAQs. And it won't. Yeah. It takes you out of a weird spot.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it's weird.
I don't know if you peeked at the post for like the last day of preseason, Allie, but there's this video from Coach Caleb, and it's like, you need to do this for yourself, and you need to go out there, and you need to find out information. I'm like, oh, this is golden.
Buddy, Becca, my coach, she went to college with Caleb. They were in the music department at Penn State together. Yeah, so they actually like personally know each other. I was like, wow, you know a celebrity in the Beachbody world, Becca. Do you guys have any other questions about anything?
Not a question, but for Coach Basics, I'm kind of taking the curriculum day by day. A couple of our new coaches are like they're like, we need scripts. Like we need to know how to invite. We're having a lot of conversations and we don't know what to do with them. So I think the slower pace is good for some of them, but then like those runners, I think I'm going to keep the connections phase instead of all week to like 3 days, like have them make 5 to 10 connections and get through that list of 30 in like 3 days and then start on invites on like day 11, maybe. If that sounds good. I mean, what do you, like Lindsay and Amanda, you guys have seen it, a couple of them, like Elsie and one of my coaches, Kirsten, is like, I need scripts like today. And I was like, okay. So I don't know.
Here's what I would do, Heather. I would absolutely keep going with the curriculum where it's at. But I would also put into the file section. Like I know for me, like I have that call recording of like how to lead a conversation from a while ago. It's actually in our script section in our team page too. I always say, because I don't have time to explain to them all the time how to work conversation, listen to this recording, fast forward through the first 20 minutes or so of announcements, go to the meat of the team call. That really teaches them how to lead a conversation. And then I always give them like a sample conversation, a sample script for it. Do you want me to upload that picture of the sample conversation into Coach Basics? I can do that into a photo album. Okay, I'll do that right after we hang up. But yeah, give them the tools that they need. Even if you don't necessarily post it into the group, you can post it into or message it to them and say, this is going to help you. Here are some scripts. You can always, if you were somebody if they were somebody that you formed and you held the conversation with, say, go back to our initial conversation, look at how I worked with you and how I talked to you and told you about the program and the product. Okay, because it's hard. I mean, it's the epitome of teaching. And when we have Lisa, you do this every day. Amanda, with teaching experience, it's like our classrooms where you had somebody who was on an IEP, who you're in a 4th grade classroom with someone with a reading level who's at 1st grade, and then you have kids reading on an 8th grade level, and you got to meet all their needs in one lesson, and it's hard. And it's like that in your coach training too, where you have people who need that spoon fed, who need that day by day, and then you have people who are like, I'm at Success Club, and it's good and it's bad, but it's hard to meet all their needs and be able to meet everything that they need. So for your runners, it's important. I think sometimes we always like, oh, they have it under control, like Jillian and Chelsea, like they're good. They have it under control. But those are also the ones you have to worry about a little bit because their warm market and the attention and the draw is going to stop after 2 or 3 months. And they're the ones you have to make sure now are doing personal development, that they're still making those connections, that they're still hearing no as a new coach. They need to hear that as a new coach because it humbles them. It brings them back down to reality a little bit. So don't assume that you're going to have coaches who are hitting Success Club 10, that they're going to continue to do that month after month after month, because it's going to get harder for them. And you need to be able to kind of have the foresight to see that for them because they're not going to see that at all. So just make sure you have that vision for them and know that they're going to fail a little bit because we all do. They just have to be prepared for it to happen. Like for, example, one of my coaches who's on Matt's legs, she hit Success Club 10 her first month. And I was like, oh, she's good. She knows what she's doing. And she struggles to get any Success Club points on the board now. She struggles hard every single month. So it's a fine line. It really, really is. But don't forget about your runners. Yes, they're runners, but they're brand new runners. Yes, Amanda, you got it easy at first, and then all of a sudden it's like, nobody's even messaging me. So, and it's a hard pill to swallow as a new coach. So that's just, you have to kind of keep that. I mean, I've had 2 diamonds quit because of that. So just have the foresight to be able to get them into personal development, get those habits there when things are good so that when things are bad, they're able to get through it. Okay. Oh, me too, Liesl. Me too. Past 2 months for me. It was hard. It was hard. But you have to, who messaged me? Jen Guthrie. She's one of my success partners. She messaged me and was like, hey, when things are bad, it's because the devil is holding you back from getting to something really great. So just get through the devil's hold. You'll be fine. She's such a Southern girl. She was so cute when she sent me that message. And you could hear Jen Guthrie in her little drawl saying that. It was really funny. Do you guys have any other questions for me? Any other questions? All right. I think next week we'll definitely dive into elite reports a little bit more. I wish Val would post her recordings from her Diamonds calls. She's really bad about posting recordings. She always has been. But I'm going to go and see if I can hop on the tail end of her call and see if she has anything. But if you guys think of anything, use our Diamonds page, post those resources, and I think we're good. And Heather, as you're making that curriculum for coach training, do you have the editable version of our coach training? Or is it just the view? Just edit it as you go if you're able to.
Yeah, I copied it all into a new one that I have that I shared with everyone in there, and we're kind of editing as we go, and then I'll share with you guys once it's clean and reread it. Awesome.
And I also wanted to kind of, actually, while I still have you guys here, for me, my focus this year is transitioning to my like page. So once you guys get really comfortable with your Facebook and you're posting well, you guys really need to start exploring a different avenue of social media. So if you're like, I'm pretty good with my posts, I don't even have to think too much about them, I need you to start thinking about your next venture with social media, whether it's Instagram, a blog, like page, whatever the case may be. Only pick one. Don't try to do Instagram and blogging and like page all at the same time. Pick one to kind of expand into. For me, I'm focusing on my like page this year. So like my blog's kind of put on the back burner. Instagram, I don't even want to tackle that monster. But for me, it's my like page. And I'm just going to tell you my reasoning for the like page if you're debating which avenue to go with. For me, I'm very good at my Facebook. I understand how to post. I understand my market. And that's where I've gotten 95% of my business from is through my personal Facebook page. And the like page is an extension of that. And it allows me to put my personal brand out there for more people to see. That I can pay Facebook to allow my brand to see it and allow people to choose then to come follow me. My goal this year is to not have to personally message invites to people, is to have people coming through me through my business page wanting the product that I'm offering them. That is my goal. And who doesn't want to not have to invite anymore? Me. I still to this day don't necessarily like inviting. And if I could have somebody come to me through my like page because they want to come see it, they want to come join a challenge group, they want to be a coach on my team, then I would rather have it that way. The benefits of a like page is that it is an extension of your personal page. I have an entire 2 years full of posts that I can pull from and use again on my like page. It fits the format. It's Facebook. I don't have to rework it. I don't have to make my picture square. It is ready to go automatically. I can boost posts, not by much, like $5, and I can build my like page credibility faster, and I can get more people viewing my stuff. It allows me to have a market outside of my warm market. It allows people to see it. Like I have, I think, 430 likes on my like page, and only 175 of them are my Facebook friends. So that's, 300 people about that are brand new to me. And they're able to really connect with me in that way, and I'm allowing them to see into my brand and what I have to offer them. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. I had just I ran an ad on my like page maybe about a year ago, coming up on a year ago, and those people are just now purchasing challenge packs from me because they've seen the consistency and everything. For me, the like page is the easy fit because I'm able to recycle posts, and it's just an extension of my personal page. So that was my reasoning for going with that. I highly encourage you to start looking into a different avenue of social media so you don't have to work so hard. All right. So, your personal Facebook page is a great place to start to build your business because you have an entire warm market of friends, right? As you move away from it, Facebook has a business page for a reason. You max out on friends on your personal page. You can only have up to 5,000 friends. People can follow you, of course, but how are they going to find you if they know nothing about you? You know what I mean? So you max out on friends at 5,000. A like page, there's no limit to how many people like your page and see your content. I also like how you can see your interactions with your posts. It breaks down for you how many people responded, how many times people clicked on it, the market, was it women, was it men, what is their age range, everything. It breaks down all those demographics for you so you can see it. So the like page is really cool because it allows you to see like, oh, this post got a lot of traffic. Why? What was the reasoning for it? It allows you to see an organic reach or a paid reach. So how many people saw your ad because it was paid, or how many people saw it just because they followed you and it was organic. So I highly encourage you to explore the like page option. And if you could build that simultaneously as you're building your following on your personal page, how awesome would it be, guys, to be, whenever you're then 2 or 3 years in, you can seamlessly just transition to your like page. I will tell you that all of the top coaches, the top 10, top 20, they all use not their personal Facebook page to get them where they got, okay? It's the epitome of what you did yesterday for success won't get you to success tomorrow. It's the epitome of that. So you kind of have to constantly reevaluate your business. And for me, it's I have a lot of negativity on my Facebook as far as people, it's a saturated market, or, just with my Facebook group. And, for me, it's like, I'll still work for my personal page, but I think I'm ready to transition into my like page and actually give my content to people who choose to see it and want to see it. And likewise, Facebook frowns upon businesses being built on your personal page. I got a warning the other day. Like if you're messaging a whole bunch of people and you get that warning of like, click all the tigers on all the pictures or all the flowers. If you've ever gotten that before, that's because Facebook is like, ooh, you may not be supposed to be doing this on your personal page. So that's like a trigger that you'll go in Facebook jail for a couple of days unless you slow down. And that means you can't do any messages, you can't post in groups, anything like that. So that's kind of a bad spot to be in. But all the top coaches, all the people who have really big success in this business do not use their personal page. They all started that way, but they all either have a like page. Melanie has an amazing blog, but she really likes to write and she likes to do that. For me, I like that daily 3 to 5 times a day. I like the blog to house recipes and things, but for me, I really like my like page idea. So I highly encourage you to start looking into different avenues for social media, especially if you have a good handle on your Facebook page now and a good rhythm. Okay. So for me, I've been researching a lot. I've been YouTubing a lot, watching all kinds of stuff on like pages. So if you want to go like page level, I can give you a whole bunch of resources that I've listened to and how to help things. If you need good like pages to follow, Megan Ewoltson has an amazing like page. Anita Myron has an amazing like page. Anita Myers is Anita Get Fit. That is her like page name. Don't necessarily go to Val and Melanie's like page because that's not where they get a lot of their business from. They get their business from their blog, and Val is still getting a lot of traffic from her personal Facebook page. They're building their like page. Who else has great like page? Trying to think. I should know that Tara Carr has a great like page. Who is the other person? Those were the 3 that were really stood out. Oh, Michelle Myers. If you're a very faith-based person, Michelle Myers is amazing. She's a pastor's wife in North Carolina. She has an amazing like page. Katie Ersta has an amazing like page. So, Kaylee Hennessy, again, very faith-based. She has a great like page as well. So that is an avenue definitely to explore. Bonnie Engel has a like page. All the top coaches are going to have a like page that you can go to. So that is my recommendation for you. Another thing, did you guys get a chance to explore the Bombshell Dynasty website at all? Did I share that with all of you? I will post that in our Diamonds page. It is chock full of resources. And Val has a team web page. And so I think Melanie does, but I've never seen it before. But the Bombshell one was shared with me. And for me, it's just Lindsay Matway has been doing this for so long that she has such a clear-cut system, and it's very organized. It's not even working it's not a working web page. It's like functional right away. And it just is a great resource, even if you want to give it to your new coaches, because especially for coach training, which I should have said this when Heather was on here, they have scripts on there like, oh, how to share your transformation. Click here. How to share your brand new Beachbody coach. Here are sample posts. Here are sample ways to talk to somebody about a challenge pack. So that's a great place for them to go, a great place for them, here, go get the information, as opposed to you just being on your phone constantly messaging people. All right. So do you guys have any comments or questions about extending into another realm of social media? No.
Just if you could share that like page stuff. It's like a huge frog for me. I don't know why. I don't know what my problem is. Like I know I need to do it and I can't. I don't know. I don't.
It was for me for the longest time. I've had my like page for over a year, Liesl, and this is the first time where I'm really diving into it. And I always thought it was going to be double the work.
Yeah.
And it's not. You have to, you use the same stuff. My stuff that, like I said, only 175 of my Facebook friends see that stuff double. Everybody else is seeing it for the first time on my like page. So I take my high traffic posts from my personal page, like the selfie of me with my infinity scarf and my Toms and everything. Like I boosted that post this week because it did really well on my personal page. I boosted it on my like page.
So are the boosts how you get new followers then?
Not necessarily. I mean, you can invite people to come and see it. And what's great is the more shares you get, the more interaction you get on your post on a like page, it pops up in their friends' news feeds.
Okay.
Just like it would if it was one of your friends. So the more shares, you have to come up with shareable content on your like page that people want to take and share. So like I boosted my kale chips recipe 2 weeks ago, which you guys probably saw it coming up in your news. Like, holy crap, Allie, how many times are you posting this? No, it was a sponsored post, so it was coming up in your news feed. But then when people in my text, it was, you're going to want to share this to save it for later to try it. So when they shared it to their page, it reached out and saw their entire market and their timeline. And then when somebody likes your photo on your like page, you're able to pull up the list of people who liked it and then invite them to come like your page. Okay. So, and if you keep giving valuable content to them, then they're going to like your page. The like page is the epitome of the give, get. Value. Come join my challenge group. So, and it takes a long time to do that. And as long as you're sharing great content on your personal page, if you share the same stuff on your like page, it's going to do well. And it's hard because you're like, well, this just got like 50 likes on my personal page and I got 2 on my like page. Because it takes time to build up your following on your like page. It's like when you first start as a Beachbody coach, you're like, nobody's liking my stuff. This is ridiculous. And now it's everybody likes your stuff because they follow you. You have followers. So that's something that, I mean, I'm very like page prone because I wasn't for the longest time because Melanie is like my idol. I love Melanie. But I've also gotten to know other top coaches and followed their journey. And there are other top coaches who I align better with for where I'm at in my business. Like Megan Ewoltson is like top dog in my opinion. She's a mama. She has like a 9-month-old. She's a mom of 3. She's a military wife. Like she is me. Like I follow her very, very closely. And there are other coaches who will be in that same boat as you. You just have to find them. Or who post similarly to you, those types of things. Like Lisa, I feel like you would relate very well to Bonnie Engel because she is, you know, like not a newlywed, but they don't have any kids. So you can really relate to them because somebody who doesn't have any kids is in a very different place than somebody who does. And their posts cater to that. So it's just about a matter of finding a coach who you can relate with. All right. And follow them. And they have great tips. I'll share what I've been listening to with like pages to help you guys out for sure. All right. If that's a realm you want to go. If you want to go Instagram, Alyssa Shoemaker is amazing at Instagram. Jacqueline Stokes is amazing at Instagram. If you want to go blogging, Melanie is amazing at blogging, and she'll be able to give you lots of tips with blogging. Okay. But you got to come up with something else to do it. For me, a blog is a lot more work than a like page, personally. That's what I think. And I've dabbled in both. So, and I love my blog and it's my baby and I'll get to it eventually. But right now I need something that's going to be a little bit quicker of a turnaround. So do you guys have any additional questions before I let you go? All right, we'll let you go then. And then I will share that like page information with you guys too. And I would talk to the same way about your coaches. If they have an amazing following, or if there's somebody who's like apprehensive, they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to build a business on my personal page, have them start their like page right away and build it simultaneously. Okay. I think that's a great avenue for them to go, especially if they're like, I don't really want to do this on my personal page. I mean, it's never too early for them to start that like page because it is very similar to a personal page. Okay. I will let you guys go. If you think of any questions, don't hesitate to post, and I will let you guys go. All right. I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye.